A lot of things in life, maybe even most things, are appropriate in one situation but completely inappropriate in a different situation. Think about shouting loudly at work. If you're a librarian, that's totally inappropriate. But if you're a sergeant major in the army, it's probably not only appropriate, it's a required skill set as part of your job. Now, I don't know if you know who Richard Bandler is. He's one of the co-founders of NLP, and he's considered by a lot of people to be at the absolute forefront of research into human behaviour. And Richard Bandler talks about things that people do as being skills. Everything that we do, whether we do it consciously or whether we do it unconsciously as a habit, is a skill. What a lot of people get wrong though, we tend to look at some of these skills and we judge them as being bad or inappropriate, and sometimes we even label them as being limitations. But what's really happening is that we're just using them in the wrong place, or we're using them in the wrong way. And an example that he uses is procrastination. Now, a lot of people procrastinate from time to time. Sometimes people procrastinate about starting an important piece of work, or perhaps they procrastinate about cleaning out the garage or going to the gym. But procrastination is a skill. It's the skill of putting things off until a later date. And there are times when that's really appropriate. So if you think about if you're having a heated discussion with somebody and you're just about to tell them what you really think about them, tell them how you really feel, and you decide to put that off until a little bit later, you might find that once you've calmed down, that what you're about to say would have completely inflamed the situation, was that very inappropriate thing to do. Or it might be, if you're about to tell them how you really felt about them, once you've calmed down and put things into the correct perspective, it might be that how you really feel about them is that you really value having them in your life, and you really enjoy having them as a friend. You really like spending time with them, and you really love them. And what if you were to procrastinate about telling them in the heat of the moment, and you tell them later how you really feel? How would that change things? Now, another skill that's completely underrated is that of worrying. Now, worrying's even better than procrastination because it's actually two skills that are used in conjunction with each other. And the first part of that is being able to imagine things that might happen in the future. Probably thinking about several different scenarios, several different possible outcomes. Now, another way of looking at that is we could call it strategic thinking. And in a lot of situations, that's a very valuable and highly prized skill. A lot of businesses will pay top dollar for people who've got good skills with strategic thinking. Then what people do, or often when they're worrying, is they think of possible futures, and then they pick one that's likely to make them feel bad. Then they use the second part of the skill. They create pictures of that inside their mind, and they make the pictures really bright and really vivid, and they put them in front of their eyes, and they make it so lifelike that they trick their brain into imagining that it's happening right now. And that makes them feel bad. Now, if you don't yet understand the direct relationship between the pictures that you make in your mind and the way that you feel, just try this for a second. Just close your eyes and think of something that you would not want to happen. And imagine that being very bright, very big picture right in front of your eyes. And if there's any sounds, making the sounds really loud, and notice how that makes you feel. And just stop doing that because we don't want to focus on that. So instead, now, think about something that you would really like to happen, something that your heart yearns for, something that you've always wanted to do. Or maybe think about someone who you love and really enjoy spending time with. And make a picture of that in your mind, and make that picture really big and lifelike and vivid and bright and loud. And notice how that makes you feel. And then just open your eyes and bring those great feelings back with you. So if you have a habit of worrying, the only thing you need to do is just add a little step into there. Keep on imagining possible future situations, but then choose the ones that are likely to make you feel good, and create pictures of those and carry around those with you in your mind. Because as soon as you start to do that, you're going to find that you can really start looking forward to the future. And when you start looking forward to the future, you find that you fill yourself with an incredible sense of well-being that you carry around with you all of the time. And you really start to feel good about things, and just start to have a more positive, optimistic outlook on life. And when you really think about it, there's a lot of things to look forward to in the future, and a lot of things to enjoy about life.